What's up, comic book fans, and welcome to Comics Icons. Now, JJ, what they call me. And today, we got the first issue of a new DC miniseries called Suicide Squad Dream Team, where Amanda Waller's dream is the world's nightmare. And this series is a direct lead to DC's next big event, Absolute Power. And with this event will come the end of Dawn of DC. So this series is basically the beginning of the end for Dawn of DC. And now we know Amanda Waller wants to rid the world of metahumans. So if you guys are ready to see what she's willing to do on that quest for absolute power, then you guys know what time it is. Let's get it. So this story starts off in international waters on the USS Collins, as the selected members of the Suicide Squad are all unconscious and strapped to their seats. Harley Quinn is the first one to awake and notices her predicament, and is like, what the hell is going on? Only to be greeted by Amanda Waller. And now Harley's like, son of a bitch. And as Amanda Waller goes on to introduce herself to the new members, she's interrupted by Harley, who wants to know why she's even there. She's only supposed to have community service this time. And Amanda ain't no community service. But Amanda, the HBIC, and if you need to know what that is, you could either look it up or hit me in the comments. But she tells Harley that the terms of her community service have changed. And now you answer to me. Unless you want a permanent sale. You all answer to me, she tells the entire group. Effective immediately, you are all officially members of Task Force X. And I will be your commanding officer, Amanda Waller. You will be serving as special operatives on behalf of the United States of America, strictly off the books, and strictly need to know. Another member of the Suicide Squad is Waller's nephew, Archie Waller, aka Deadeye, a psychic mercenary and metahuman tracker. And he asks where are they now, but Amanda Waller tells him that that's need to know. Then she begins to show the team a slideshow of their mission. The island nation of Gamora has access to some of the most advanced weapons and defense systems in the world. And now those systems are believed to be under the control of a group of insurgents. They can assume these hostiles are looking to take advantage of Gamora's fragile political state, following the removal of their previous president, Henry Bendix. Bendix's presidency had devolved into a dictatorship that threatened the world with an army of mass-produced metahumans. So Gamora's resources absolutely cannot be co-opted by radicals. Whoever fills the void left by the former president needs to be an ally to the United States. The Suicide Squad's job will be to go into the country, take back control of the defense systems, and lower the shield dome that is preventing aid from reaching the shoreline. But the Clock King, another squad member, wants to know how will they fare any different getting in if aid is being blocked. And that's when Amanda lets them know that they'll be going in through the dream realm. They'll enter on this side of the dome and then emerge through the consciousness of a sleeping person within the Capitol. See, they have a new unorthodox method that, if successful, will completely change the way they conduct stealth operations, leading Amanda to introduce Nia Nall, aka Dreamer, who had approached Amanda Waller earlier at Belle Reve Federal Prison in Louisiana. She was pissed about what she'd just seen on a thumb drive. She had broken into a U.S. senator's home to retrieve it, and after seeing what was on this drive, she's ready to have this senator arrested. But arresting the senator is not a part of Waller's plan. There's still some good that can be done with him in office, she tells Nia. But Nia only sees him as a creep that belongs in jail. But if he goes to jail, then his seat will go right back to some other nut job, bringing his personal messiah complex, and we're back to square one, Amanda tells her. But Nia is pissed. She feels like Amanda is just being complicit in what the senator is doing. But Amanda ain't trying to hear that. She could spend all day throwing each person like the senator in a different hole and hardly make a dent. Or she could step back and think about how she could turn it into something that might actually help solve the problem. And that just makes Nia even more upset. That blackmail is Amanda's answer to everything. But Amanda just knows what it means to be the one to make the tough calls. She believes that she and Nia are more alike than Nia wants to think. But Nia rebuts that the only reason she's doing anything Amanda says is because she's threatening Nia's home. She's nothing like Amanda, she tells her. That's a shame, Amanda says. And when Amanda asks if Nia is ready for her next assignment, Nia storms off telling Amanda to get her own black mail. Which brings us back to now. And as Amanda gives her briefing, Nia is realizing that she's expected to bring an entire team to the dream realm. But these are new powers, she tells Amanda. She barely understands dream travel as it is. She's not even sure if she can bring in this many people. But cold-blooded as always, Amanda is willing to take the risk. Then she tells Nia that communications will be off once they're inside the dome. But she'll be in contact with her via Deadeye's telepathy. And Nia protests because she's never agreed to this. But she's speechless when Amanda asks if she's refusing. And after a moment of unconsciousness later, we're taken to the dream realm. And as the squad walk through the dream realm, Nia gives them the rules of the game. Let the dream play out the way it's meant to. They're just passing through. The dream realm connects to every sleeping being in the universe. So all they need to do is to look for anything that screams, "Go this way." Then Bizarro, another squad member, is the first to notice this blue bird with a red patch over its eye and asks what it is. And he's answered by the Clock King, actually, who tells him that it is a Gamoran cuckoo dove, poached to extinction during the reign of Kaizen Gamora in 1965. Then Clock King and Dreamer pretty much both realize that they need to follow this bird. So that's what they do. They follow the bird right into somebody's dream. And now Clock King wonders if there'll be a portal in this dream that takes them into Gamora from here, but Dreamer tells them that they're already there in the city now. And now Deadeye telepathically notifies Amanda Waller of their arrival. But Harley Quinn notices a problem, that the person whose dream they hitched a ride in on is no longer breathing. Apparently 6 people is too many to hitch a ride through someone's dream. Go figure. And Deadeye once again notifies Amanda of what's happened, but she's not too concerned. It's regrettable, but at least now they know more about the Dreamer's limitations. This will help them plan more accordingly in the future, but these guys still have a job to do, she reminds them. But Dreamer is not okay with leaving this guy here. She really needs to help him, and she's freaking out for causing this. She doesn't want to see this guy as collateral damage like Waller does. But the last member of the squad, Black Alice, finally speaks up, and she lets in the Dreamer. The team doesn't have time for Dreamer's emotional trip, and she's not here to play hero, Black Alice reminds Dreamer. Then she tells her that they're a bunch of thieves and killers. You can't actually believe they're being sent in here to save people. We're here to be whatever Waller wants us to be. We are not the good guys. Heck, we're not even the real bad guys. We're just a bunch of disposable crooks for the real players to push around, she snaps. But Bizarro takes offense to that. Bizarro no am crook. Bizarro am hero, he tells Black Alice. But Black Alice checks Bizarro as well. No, you aren't. And that just sent Bizarro nuts. And he leads the team by flying straight through the roof, shouting, "Bizarro show you! Bizarro ruin day!" And Deadeye now was like, "Thanks a lot, Black Alice. You just sent an unstable Kryptonian on a warpath." But Harley notices that Dreamer is still having a hard time dealing with that body. And Dreamer lets her know that that's not her first one, that the first time she seen one was when she was 15, when she'd seen her mom. She had came around the corner and her mother was lying face up in the yard. And that was her fault too, she tells Harley. She was a coward and the choices she made led to her mother's passing. So Dreamer swore to make her proud, to use her powers to protect people just like her mother did. But Harley reminds her that this ain't the place to be if you're trying to protect folks. Amanda's threatening my home, Nia tells Harley. It's a secret alien refuge, somewhere for people from all over the galaxy to live in peace, mostly. Amanda's gonna dox an entire town of refugees just to get what she wants. But then Nia realizes that Amanda's likely gonna do it regardless, to which Harley agrees. But I'm supposed to be able to see the bad stuff coming and stop it. I'm supposed to be a hero, Nia proclaims. And that's when Harley gives her an analogy that superheroing is a lot like bird watching. You can't always count on seeing a super rare pigeon or whatever. You just show up with your camera and be ready if one comes around. Heroing is the same way. You can't always save everybody. So instead, you just do your best and save as many folks as you can. Just like bird watching. But Nia makes sure to let Harley know that that was a terrible analogy. And Harley continues going on trying to explain her analogy, but Dreamer has now become lost in her own thought. She begins to stare at a mirror, and earlier in the story, Nia had told Harley that mirrors usually mean there's something the Dreamer is supposed to reflect on. So as Nia looks in this mirror, she thinks to herself that she's still getting used to her powers, to the dream realm bleeding into her conscious mind. She doesn't always understand how it works, and she can't always interpret her visions, but the dreams never fail, her mom used to say. Only the interpretation does. Still, she feels she should have seen this coming. As the mirror begins to reveal gunfighting, she continues to think, Amanda Waller is a liar. She doesn't care about protecting innocent people. She doesn't care who gets hurt. As Bizarro is then shown on the mirror completely destroying people, Waller just wants to win whatever game she's playing, Nia thinks. I see shades of what's about to happen. I see mayhem. I see pain. I don't know what it is yet, but I know how it ends. Death, she screams. The future. The death. It's all her. As the mirror shatters, and then Nia can see a devilish grin on the face of Amanda Waller. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the issue. So ladies and gentlemen, what did you guys think about the start to this new miniseries? Are you ready for DC's next big crossover event, Absolute Power? With this being the end of Dawn of DC, I'm really curious myself to see what rises from it. There was an article on IGN.com by Jesse Sheeden for Absolute Power that reads, Absolute Power sees Waller finally make good on her threat to rid the world of metahumans. With help from Failsafe and the Brainiac Queen, Waller will steal the powers of every metahuman on Earth. It'll fall on Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman to rally their fellow heroes against this existential threat. After reading what to look forward to with this event, it sounds absolutely amazing, and I'm hopeful that this event strikes gold. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the Dreamer as a character, but I'm looking forward to seeing how she affects this story moving forward. Maybe she'll be able to win me over. But I really like to hear from you guys on what you thought about this first issue, and if you guys are looking forward to Absolute Power. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this video and this channel, and you'd like to support the channel, then you can do so by joining the Iconic Fan Club channel membership. And there'll be a link in the description to join, but with your membership, you'll gain access to weekly interactive live streams with yours truly, where we could talk about everything that's been going down in these issues, as well as ones that you'd like for me to go over in the future and other comic book news. Plus, you guys will get loyalty badges, member shout outs, and more in these videos. Or you could donate to the channel with the super thanks. And if you're not able to do that, then you can still be a huge help to the channel's future by dropping a like, share, and subscribing to Comics Icons for more icons in the comic book world. But ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time.